Welcome back to the SOAR³ 360 HRM Solutions channel, where we dive deep into the strategies and tools that transform HR practices. Today, we're exploring the world of performance appraisal methods and frameworks. Whether you're an HR professional, a manager, or simply someone passionate about talent development, this episode will equip you with the knowledge to design and implement effective performance evaluation systems. Performance appraisals are more than just annual reviews. They're a cornerstone of employee development, engagement, and organizational success. But with so many methods and frameworks available, how do you choose the right one for your team? That's precisely what we'll unpack today. We'll start with foundational concepts, explore key performance appraisal methods, and suggest additional chapters for a complete guide. By the end of this episode, you'll clearly understand how to leverage these tools to drive performance and growth. Let's get started. Before diving into specific methods, it is essential to understand the foundation of performance appraisal systems. Job evaluation and performance appraisal frameworks provide the structure needed to ensure that evaluations are fair, consistent, and aligned with organizational goals. Job evaluation involves analyzing and assessing a role's responsibilities, skills, and requirements. This evaluation helps organizations define clear performance expectations and ensures that employees are evaluated based on their core functions. For example, a software developer's role might be evaluated based on coding proficiency, problem-solving skills, and project delivery timelines. At the same time, a sales executive might be assessed based on client acquisition, revenue generation, and negotiation skills. On the other hand, performance appraisal frameworks are the systems used to measure and evaluate employee performance against these defined expectations. These frameworks can take different forms, from quantitative methods like rating scales and ranking systems to qualitative approaches like narrative evaluations and competency-based assessments. A well-designed performance appraisal framework ensures that evaluations are objective, transparent, and development-focused. Organizations implementing structured frameworks benefit from higher employee engagement, better retention, and more substantial alignment between individual performance and business goals. For example, Google's performance management system integrates data-driven evaluations with continuous feedback loops, ensuring that employees receive timely and actionable insights to improve their performance. This approach helps individuals grow and fosters a culture of constant learning and accountability within the organization. You create a foundation that supports fairness, consistency, and employee development by grounding your performance appraisal system in a robust job evaluation and appraisal framework. A well-structured system ensures that performance assessments are not just about evaluation, but also about fostering growth, motivation, and long-term career progression. Next, explore the assessment center method, a competency-based approach that uses simulations, exercises, and real-world scenarios to evaluate employee performance. This method is particularly effective for assessing leadership potential, decision-making skills, and problem-solving abilities. Participants might engage in role-playing exercises, group discussions, or case studies to mimic real workplace challenges. For example, a manager might be asked to lead a mock team through a crisis scenario, allowing evaluators to observe their communication, delegation, and strategic thinking skills. The assessment center method is highly regarded for its ability to provide a holistic view of an employee's capabilities. According to a study by the International Journal of Selection and Assessment, organizations using this method report higher accuracy in identifying high-potential employees and predicting future performance. While effective, this method can be resource-intensive, requiring significant time, cost, and expertise to design and implement. However, its ability to deliver actionable insights makes it valuable for leadership development and succession planning. For a comprehensive breakdown of the assessment center method, including best practices, implementation strategies, and real-world case studies, watch the full video on performance appraisal methods and frameworks at SOAR360 HRM Solutions. Now let's turn our attention to the Behaviorally Anchored Rating Scale, BARS, a structured performance evaluation method that combines quantitative and qualitative elements to provide a more accurate and meaningful assessment of employee performance. BARS uses specific behavioral examples to anchor performance ratings, ensuring evaluations are based on observable actions rather than subjective impressions. This method improves clarity, fairness, and consistency by linking performance ratings to concrete examples of workplace behavior. For instance, in a customer service role, an employee might be rated on a scale from poor to excellent, with each level tied to detailed descriptions of expected behaviors. A poor rating might describe an employee who fails to resolve customer complaints. In contrast, an excellent rating might define someone who consistently exceeds customer expectations by offering personalized solutions and proactive follow-ups. One of BARS's biggest advantages is that it reduces ambiguity and bias by providing clear behavior-based evaluation criteria. Traditional rating scales often leave room for subjectivity, as managers may rely on personal opinions rather than actual performance indicators. By contrast, BARS ensures that each rating is backed by specific, job-related examples, making evaluations more objective and defensible. Research published in the Journal of Applied Psychology highlights that BARS improves rating accuracy and consistency, making it a preferred choice for organizations looking to enhance the reliability and fairness of their appraisal systems. By implementing BARS, organizations can ensure that performance evaluations are data-driven and grounded in real-world behaviors that align with organizational values and goals. This method supports fair, transparent, and development-focused performance management, helping employees and employers achieve better outcomes. The critical incident method is a performance evaluation technique focusing on specific, high-impact behaviors significantly influencing employee performance. Unlike traditional appraisal methods that assess overall performance over an extended period, this approach identifies key positive and negative incidents that highlight an employee's strengths or areas for improvement. Rather than generalizing an employee's performance, managers document specific job-related events demonstrating an employee's effectiveness or highlighting areas needing development. These critical incidents provide concrete examples that make feedback more actionable and relevant. For example, a sales manager might receive recognition for closing a high-value deal under tight deadlines, showcasing strong negotiation skills and resilience. At the same time, feedback might highlight the need to improve follow-up processes after a missed opportunity, emphasizing the importance of post-sales engagement. Managers can provide targeted and practical feedback that drives meaningful performance improvements by focusing on these real-world examples. This method is particularly effective for roles where specific actions or decisions, such as customer service, leadership, and project management, influence performance. According to a Society for Human Resource Management study, organizations that use the critical incident method report higher employee satisfaction with performance reviews. Employees appreciate the clarity and relevance of feedback because it is tied directly to actual workplace situations rather than broad, generalized assessments. However, balancing this approach with regular check-ins and ongoing performance discussions is essential to avoid overemphasizing isolated incidents. When used correctly, the critical incident method is a powerful tool for identifying and addressing performance gaps, reinforcing positive behaviors, and fostering continuous improvement in the workplace. The forced choice method is a structured performance appraisal technique designed to reduce evaluator bias and ensure consistency in employee assessments. Unlike traditional rating systems, where managers can freely assign scores or subjective evaluations, this method requires evaluators to select from predefined choices when assessing employee performance. In this approach, evaluators are presented with pairs of statements and must choose the one that best describes an employee's behavior or performance. For example, a manager might need to decide between consistently meets deadlines and demonstrates strong teamwork skills. This structure forces objectivity by preventing managers from giving overly favorable or lenient ratings based on personal bias or favoritism. The forced choice method is particularly beneficial in large organizations where standardized performance evaluations are necessary to ensure team fairness. According to a report by the Harvard Business Review, companies that implement this method experience a 20% reduction in bias-related complaints during performance reviews. Organizations can create a more equitable and data-driven appraisal process by removing the opportunity for halo effects or unconscious bias. However, while this method enhances objectivity, it also has some limitations. Managers may find the forced selection restrictive, as it does not always allow them to provide nuanced feedback or context regarding an employee's performance. On the other hand, employees may feel disconnected from the results, as the lack of direct explanations can sometimes obscure the reasoning behind specific ratings. Despite these challenges, when implemented correctly, the forced choice method is a valuable tool for ensuring fairness, reducing subjectivity, and improving the reliability of performance evaluations. Organizations using this method should consider complementing it with qualitative feedback discussions to provide employees with clear development insights alongside structured assessment results. The graphic rating scale, or GRS method, is one of the most commonly used tools for evaluating employee performance. This method involves rating employees on a predefined scale across various competencies, such as communication, teamwork, technical skills, and productivity. The scale typically ranges from low to high performance, often using numerical values or descriptive categories such as needs improvement, meets expectations, and exceeds expectations. One of the primary advantages of the GRS method is its simplicity and ease of implementation. It provides a structured and standardized approach that allows managers to assess multiple employees across the same set of criteria, making comparisons more straightforward. However, the effectiveness of this method depends on how well the rating scale is defined. The appraisal process can become inconsistent and biased if the criteria are too vague or subjective. To improve the reliability of the GRS method, organizations should establish clear performance benchmarks for each rating level and provide training for evaluators to ensure consistency. Additionally, incorporating multiple sources of feedback, such as peer or self-assessments, can help balance any potential evaluator biases. The GRS method remains a practical option for organizations looking to implement an efficient yet structured performance appraisal process. However, its success relies on the clarity of rating criteria and the fairness of its application across all employees. The 360-degree feedback method is a multi-source evaluation approach that gathers performance assessments from various perspectives, including peers, subordinates, managers, and employees themselves through self-assessments. This method is designed to provide a comprehensive and balanced view of an employee's strengths, improvement areas, and overall workplace effectiveness. One of the primary advantages of 360-degree feedback is its ability to offer a more holistic and objective assessment compared to traditional top-down evaluations. Incorporating multiple viewpoints reduces the likelihood of bias and ensures that performance reviews are not solely dependent on a single manager's perspective. This method is particularly effective for leadership development, as it helps individuals understand how their actions and behaviors impact different organizational stakeholders. However, for 360-degree feedback to be effective, organizations must ensure that feedback remains constructive, confidential, and focused on professional growth rather than criticism. Training evaluators and employees to interpret and act on feedback effectively is also essential. Without a structured approach, feedback can become inconsistent or overly subjective, reducing its impact on employee development. When implemented correctly, 360-degree feedback can significantly enhance self-awareness, collaboration, and continuous improvement, making it a valuable tool for organizations prioritizing professional growth and leadership excellence. Management by Objectives, or MBO, is a goal-setting method in which employees and managers collaboratively define performance objectives, ensuring that individual contributions align with broader organizational goals. Unlike traditional appraisal methods that focus primarily on past performance, MBO is forward-looking and emphasizes goal achievement, accountability, and continuous improvement. This approach is structured around clear, measurable objectives, typically set using the SMART criteria: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Employees are actively involved in defining their performance targets, fostering a sense of ownership and motivation. Rather than simply evaluating past actions, MBO focuses on progress toward defined objectives and key results. One key benefit of MBO is that it creates alignment between employee performance and business strategy. Organizations can drive higher engagement, productivity, and accountability by ensuring that each team member's goals support the company's overall mission. This method is particularly effective for roles with quantifiable performance metrics, such as sales targets, project deadlines, or customer satisfaction scores. However, MBO's success relies on regular check-ins and progress tracking. Setting objectives at the start of the year and reviewing them months later can lead to disengagement. Organizations that integrate ongoing feedback and coaching throughout the performance cycle succeed most with this method. When implemented effectively, MBO transforms performance appraisals from static evaluations into dynamic goal-setting tools, empowering employees to contribute meaningfully to organizational success. The ranking and paired comparison methods are performance appraisal techniques that involve directly comparing employees against one another to establish a hierarchy of performance levels. These methods are often used in competitive work environments where identifying top talent is a priority, such as in sales-driven or highly results-oriented industries. The ranking method lists employees from highest to lowest based on overall performance. This straightforward approach helps managers quickly identify top performers and those who need improvement. However, it can sometimes be overly simplistic, as it does not account for differences in job roles, experience, or individual contributions that may not be easily compared. The paired comparison method refines this process by evaluating employees in pairs rather than ranking them outright. Each employee is compared to every other employee on a one-on-one basis regarding specific performance criteria. The individual who performs better in each pairing receives a higher score, and final rankings are determined based on cumulative comparisons. While these methods can help differentiate performance levels, they can also create a highly competitive atmosphere that may not align with all organizational cultures. Employees may feel demotivated if they perceive the system as unfair, especially in team-oriented environments where collaboration is key. Companies using these methods to balance competition with fairness should ensure that evaluations are based on objective, clearly defined performance metrics rather than subjective opinions. Ranking and paired comparison methods can help organizations identify high-potential employees, guide promotions, and make talent development decisions when used thoughtfully. Still, they should be applied carefully to avoid unintended negative consequences on workplace morale. The narrative and essay method in performance appraisal is a qualitative approach in which managers provide detailed written evaluations of an employee's performance. Unlike rating scales or ranking methods, this technique allows for personalized, in-depth feedback, capturing nuances that numerical ratings may overlook. In this method, supervisors write a comprehensive performance review detailing an employee's strengths, areas for improvement, and overall contributions. Evaluations may include observations on work ethic, communication, leadership potential, problem-solving abilities, and team collaboration. Because it is an open-ended format, this approach can provide rich insights into employee performance, motivation, and growth potential. One of the key benefits of the narrative and essay method is that it allows managers to contextualize performance, explaining factors that may have impacted an employee's results. This makes it particularly valuable for evaluating complex roles where quantitative metrics alone may not capture an individual's full contribution. However, this method also comes with challenges. It can be time-consuming, requiring managers to invest significant effort into writing thorough evaluations. Additionally, because the process is subjective, it is susceptible to bias, inconsistencies, and varying levels of detail across different managers. To enhance fairness and structure, organizations should implement clear guidelines, standardized evaluation prompts, and training for managers on how to write balanced and objective appraisals. Despite these challenges, when used effectively, the narrative and essay method can be a powerful tool for providing employees with constructive, detailed feedback, guiding career development, and supporting a culture of continuous improvement and professional growth. Each method offers unique benefits and challenges, and the right choice depends on your organization's goals, culture, and resources. The key to a successful performance appraisal system is selecting the approach that best supports employee growth, engagement, and business objectives. Performance appraisal methods are more than just tools. They are opportunities to inspire growth, align efforts, and drive organizational success. Whether implementing a new system or refining an existing one, the key is choosing methods that resonate with your team's needs and values. If you found this deep dive helpful, subscribe, and share this video with your network. For more HR insights and strategies, comment below for complimentary resources to help you implement an effective performance management system. Thank you for joining our channel. Together, let's build workplaces where everyone thrives. See you in the next episode.